Click the link for a short video. Military force is only to be used only if the threat is so immediate and overwhelming that it leaves no chance for deliberation. That is, the threat is going to occur so quickly there is no time to de-escalate the situation and use diplomacy. Instead, action is the only hope for your state's survival. Any other use of self-defense is seen as preventive, not preemptive. The presumption that you cannot change your enemy's behavior, resulting in a failure of both prior threats and negotiation. Furthermore, this thoroughly establishes that action is the absolute last resort, and you are left with no other choice other than to defend yourself by a preemptive attack. It provides three major categories where preemptive attack is warranted. That is the government authority, so the legitimate authority, acting in self-defense, which is a just cause? Are they truly motivated by self-defense, the right intention? This chart provided displays how the Bush Doctrine completely ignored the criteria for engaging in a just war. After the 9/11 attacks, they did not go through any of these protocols before attacking the Middle East.
Moreover, policymakers are responding to public opinion on what they deem a threat, causing for a preventative war rather than preemptive. This is ethically and morally concerning, as the Democratic majority can impose its beliefs and concerns the minority, who they feel pose a threat. Additionally, in this article, it is stressed that the battlefield and what we deem a conflict is considerably different than what it was in the past, with transnational actors increasingly rising in various states across the world. It is difficult to define a battlefield and define what a threat is.
As seen at the video at the beginning of the presentation, the Bush Doctrine has gotten rid of the notion that preemptive war is the last resort. Instead, an emergence of self-anticipatory defense is the new norm in global politics. Policymakers now focus on the last resort as the first resort to tackle ideologies such as terrorism.
Overall, fear alone is not criteria by which a preemptive or anticipatory war is allowable. And more we are seeing in the U.S. specifically that they are blurring the line between imminent threat and sufficient threat, the latter being a slippery slope if we continue down this path. Lastly, a major conflict touched on in this article is targeting individuals in areas that aren't classified as a state of war. However, this article has shown that the definition of an existing state of war has been erased by the new War on Terror.
Preemptive attacks require that the conduct of the attack be proportional, discriminate, and based on the right intentions or of good faith, whereas the Bush Doctrine displays that none of which were taken into account. Instead, the doctrine was based off of the elimination of terrorism and WMDs in bad faith and without discriminate or proportional force. Speaking to reading, preemptive attack is now an obsolete reason for war. With a new form of war revolving around terrorism and ideologies, one cannot simply understand what, when, and where the next imminent threat may be coming from. With no grounds to attack against terrorism, the preemptive attack strategy is just a way to prove that war and conflict is just.
Created using Powtoon.